Hey guys, it's Melissa Shervington, and I am always on a mission to help entrepreneurs like you to elevate and achieve more profit and ultimately more freedom. So today I am going to talk about another step which is in the first step of my module, the Elevated Entrepreneur Solution. So we're still on the first step, which is purpose, which lays the foundation of who you are, what your business stands for, what your mission is, what your values are, and all of those good things. So this is the fourth video where today we're looking at the fourth step. We started out with big picture, we started with passion, we've looked at principles, i.e. your values, and now today we're going to talk about practices. So what do I mean by practices? When I'm talking about practices, I'm relating to the things that you do daily. So it's your daily steps, the daily activities, the key things that you do each day that will guide you and lead you to experiencing more success. So just like anything in life, in order to master something and in order to become successful and in order to improve, what you've got to do is maintain consistency. Consistency is one of the fundamental keys to success. So how can we apply consistency to the simple things that we do each day, all geared towards achieving and experiencing more success and more freedom in your life? I'm going to share with you today the key things that I do each morning. So it's my morning ritual. These are my daily practices, and I've been implementing these for a while now. But if I'm really honest with you, for the last, I'd say 6 months since the beginning of lockdown, that's when I really knuckled down and decided that actually nothing is going to get in the way of my daily practices. And by doing them consistently for solid 6 months now, I've noticed a huge difference. A difference in how much I'm flowing, my creativity, a difference in my focus, a difference in my emotional balance and not feeling bogged down or getting emotional when things aren't going right, which happens along our journey. So I've noticed that I'm a lot more balanced, which is helping me to maintain a positive outlook and the right mindset in order to grow and scale my business and therefore help other entrepreneurs to do the same. So the very first thing, I'm going to share with you 7 practices that I do each day. The very first one is I start my morning with a pint of lemon water. It's as simple as that. Previously, I used to get up and it would be a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, that caffeine kick. I always wanted to kickstart my day right. I needed a hot drink. A cup of tea was normally my go-to, or a cup of coffee. Since cutting that out, now admittedly, in the beginning it wasn't easy because I was craving that caffeine in the morning to kickstart me. However, over time, by practicing the simple exercise of having a pint of lemon water before anything else, now I couldn't think of anything else to drink in the morning. The first thing that comes to mind for me now is lemon water. And that is because I've recognized the benefits of doing so. So firstly, it's hydrating my body first thing in the morning. It's kickstarting my metabolism. Lemon is also alkalizing, so it's balancing the pH in my body, which is keeping me more stable, more grounded, and a whole load of other health benefits to go along with it. So that is the first thing that I do, a pint of lemon water. I normally have half of boiling water filtered and the other half of cold water filtered. So it's almost like a warm to lukewarm pint of lemon water that I can drink quite quickly. Ready, kickstarts me for the day. Secondly, I then practice my prayer and my meditation. So I found guided meditation really useful for me because the mind of an entrepreneur can be so busy that it's really hard to switch off and really hard to focus. So when I first started to try practicing meditation, I found that my mind was drifting a lot. So by doing the guided meditations, and there's lots of them on YouTube, by doing the guided meditations, that has enabled me to remember to come back to the meditation because you're constantly prompted. You know, they'll say things like, if you find your mind is wandering, it's okay, just come back to the focus. And the guided meditations have helped me so much. It depends on the type of voice that you're more accustomed to, whether you prefer a male voice or a female voice, a low or a higher voice. The voice that you listen to will have an impact on how engaged you are with it and how in tune you are. So I'd advise you, if you haven't practiced meditating, try it. But find the right fit for you. And when you start to practice that meditation, you will notice that you're feeling a lot more balanced and a lot more at peace, coupled with prayer. Now, personally, I'm a Christian, so I'm not advocating religion to anybody, but what I can say is by starting my day in prayer, that is also getting me in the right mindset. It's enabling me to feel grounded, it's enabling me to feel balanced, and also grateful and thankful for the day ahead. So mentally, prayer and meditation is setting me up to have a blessed day. Thirdly, I exercise. Now, a few times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, I will go to the gym or have a PT session. If not in between, I am making sure that I do at least minimum 15 minutes of exercise each day. Generally, it would be an hour if I have a PT session or I'm doing a class at the gym. But if I'm not going to the gym and I don't have a session that day, I will either use my skipping rope or I will log on to NG Elite Fitness's home community page on Facebook, where there's a group of us, and my PT, Natalie Green, she has uploaded a lot of recorded videos, so pre-recorded workouts, so there's no excuse, there's always a workout there to do. But I find that exercise, it really energizes me, ready for the day. So it releases the endorphins, it gets your brain kicking in, it gets rid of the fog. So once you've had your lemon water and your prayer and meditation, and then you've exercised, you've changed your state. So if you feel that you're getting up in the morning and you're feeling a little sluggish, exercise is definitely, if you change your state physically, it will have an impact on how you feel and think for the day, and open up those positive thoughts, the positive actions, and get your body going. So that's another thing that I do. I do my daily affirmations, and I do these in this order. So my daily affirmations are the statements. It's the things that I really embrace about myself, where I'm at, or it's affirmations about where I want to be. In fact, I will show you. So this is a list of my affirmations. So I've printed them off and I read these out loud. When there's a day when I really want to feel like that power, then I will stand in front of the mirror and I will read these out loud, and I will speak directly to myself, look myself in the eye, and I will really take on board what the affirmations are saying. I will believe them, I receive them, and I walk in them. So just a couple of examples. I am fulfilling my purpose. I choose to be happy and love myself and those around me. One more. I deserve and I accept the very best. So it's all in present tense, which is intentional, so that you're receiving it and you're believing it, because what you tell yourself is what you will believe. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're absolutely right. So those are my affirmations. Fifthly, I review my planner and review my goals. So if you don't know by now, actually, I have a planner that will be released very soon. I'm so excited. It's called the Elevated Entrepreneurs Planner 2021. So I'll be releasing that in the next week or so. So it's just going through the final details, let's say, with the printers at the moment. So yes, that's coming out. But up until now, I've used other planners. So planners are things I've used every single year without fail for the last at least 10 years. And with the planner, that's where I have already pre-logged my goals, my annual goal, my quarterly goals, my monthly goals, my weekly, my daily. So I'll review my goals, because it's really, really important, people, that when you set goals, it's so important that you are constantly revisiting them. A lot of people will set goals, particularly at the beginning of the year, those New Year's resolutions, and they end up setting them and feel great and excited about them for a couple of weeks, and then they forget all about them. They may even do a vision board and then it stays on the wall. They may put them up on a whiteboard and never look at them again. Or more often than not, they're written down in a notebook and not looked at for the rest of the year. So I make a point daily, not weekly, not monthly, not annually, but daily, to review my goals and look at my planner and check in with what I'm doing, where I'm at, am I on track, do a reflection from the previous week or the previous month if it's the end of the month or the beginning of the month. But each day I set myself a target, and I particularly set 3 key things to complete on that day, because anymore and it's a bit overwhelming. Number 7, the final thing, I read a chapter of whatever book I'm reading at that moment. So sometimes I read more than a chapter if I'm really getting engrossed into that book. And I tend to be reading business related books, self-development books, and a novel kind of simultaneously. The novel is what I would use to switch off and unwind, but in the mornings I will read at least a chapter of whatever book I'm reading at the moment. In fact, there's 2 books that I'm reading at the moment. One that I'm re-reviewing because I've already read it before, Building the Story Brand, amazing book. So this book by Donald Miller I read last year, so I'm rereading it because I've gone through, and what I will do, you'll see, is highlight throughout the pages. So what I'm doing at the moment is going back over it, but I'm just reading the highlighted sections just to reacquaint myself. But an amazing book. The key thing I do each day is to ensure that I've read at least a chapter. Why? One, because it's really expanding on your knowledge. And as an entrepreneur, we need to be ever growing, ever expanding, deepening our knowledge in our area of expertise. 2, because it gives you new ideas. So it's idea generating. 3, because it's extending your vocabulary. Because if we're not learning new words, then how are we going to expand on our vocabulary? So those are the key things that I do each and every morning, and I have found that by being consistent and implementing these consistently daily, they have really helped me to ground myself and be thinking clearer, thinking bigger, and being way more productive than I would be if I hadn't implemented these key practices. So I'm just sharing this with you guys to encourage you all. If you are not doing daily practices at the moment, I highly recommend that you do. One of the books that inspired me, which I read a while ago, is My Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and I highly recommend that you, if you haven't read this book, you order this book and read it, because this is all about starting your day in the right way. So not all of my practices will be in here, but a lot of them are. So he talks about meditation, he talks about exercise, he talks about reading. So basically it's like having a power hour in your morning. I generally take about an hour and 15 to do all the things that I do, because I don't like to rush things and squeeze them into the hour. But you can, you know, condense those down into an hour, or even start with half an hour, or even start with 15 minutes if that's all you have. Choose the ones that resonate with you the most, implement those, and I promise you, as you do that daily, you will want to do more. So start with one and build it up, but find the things, the practices that are beneficial to you personally, that are grounding you, that are uplifting you at the same time, that are making you feel more positive, and that are really making you more productive in your days. So that is the 4th step in purpose within the Elevated Entrepreneur Solution. I will continue to go through. This is just an overview of the modules that I cover. So this solution is this solution is a 7-step process towards achieving more freedom and more profit in the process. It consists of over 60 modules in total, and I'm just literally giving you an overview of each of those modules in these short videos that I'm doing. But I hope it's helping somebody. I hope it's helping you. If it is, reach out, let me know. If you are going to feel inspired by this and begin to implement daily practices into your life, then drop me a comment and let me know how you're getting on. If you need any help or any guidance on this, reach out to me at melissa@melissashervington.com. If you're watching this on a social media platform, you can send me a DM, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you to help you to really elevate your entrepreneurial journey. So until the next time, take care. Peace.